everyone, how is everyone doing? This is BeefTongue, a podcast about being middle-aged men, single, and I'm single, and Walker is married. So we just want to share our thoughts and ideas about things that are going on. And right now we're dealing with the coronavirus that's happening, and it's been happening since our recording. This is what's this? June, late June. But we've been dealing with this since March.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then before that, we made some New Year's resolutions that have gone down the drain. I think a lot of people are feeling like we definitely need a reset, and I think everyone's ready for 2021.
I think it's just something that we said previous year, where it's like 2018 was ready for 2019. Nope. 2019 says that they're ready for 2020. Nah. But 2020 is definitely one of those times where life is pretty much just like, but wait, there's more.
Yeah. I think it's definitely hitting everyone. I think everyone at the same time, and we definitely are experiencing the same thing globally, and then that's a huge thing. We're in the States. We're not. I think everyone else all over the world is experiencing the same thing, experiencing the same anxiety that we're all feeling.
Yeah, we have the global pandemic to deal with simultaneously, along with surprisingly global protests regarding certain tragic incidents. The whole Black Lives Matter movement. It's very important to stay safe out there, but also, this is definitely something for the record books for every individual in our generation and the next generation, just because this stuff we're experiencing right now is very real. Everyone's locked down at home. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of high emotions. So it's basically a lot of historic events happening all at once, all in 1 year. And although there were previous ones, there was very few that affected the entire world at once. So, if you happen to witness a big change in your neighborhood, I'd say take some pictures, document all of this stuff, because this is definitely stories that you'll be telling your kids one day about how the world stood still.
Oh, I think the world stood still for like a couple months, and then everyone's like, you know what? Like, this is a bigger Black Lives Matter is a bigger issue than COVID, and everyone's unemployed, not going to work.
Yeah.
It's just a whole shitstorm of like things, and people are like, you know what, I'm going out.
Yeah. A lot of people are just fed up with it, and they have a right to be. It's unfortunately, it's just at the cost of everyone's safety too. So hopefully some people are a bit more mindful of it than others, but just try to stay safe, stay educated about the situation, stay updated. Anyways, let's go on to our topic about the commitments we've made.
So we made some commitments in the beginning of the year that we want to achieve. I had some. I think Walker had some, and it's we're halfway there. And have we achieved those dreams yet? Well, I think
I've achieved all of them, apparently.
But we're approaching it. There's certain things that I think certain goals of ours like overlap. I think one of mine was starting my own business, our own business. The other one was to read more. This is mine. I think it was to read more. The other one was to learn Mandarin, which I'm not gonna That, yeah, it was supposed to read more.
Yours was to
Why?
read more? Yours was to read more?
Yeah.
Oh.
It
I don't
was
remember
to
you
read
mentioning
more.
that.
It was, and the other one was like make 200K, which that's not gonna happen. not gonna happen within this year. It's just yeah. I think everyone's like unemployed, furloughed, working from home. So yeah, a lot of things will be stagnant for a while. And the other one was to find love. Now, for a lot of single folks out there, come on, Walker. We're dealing with this thing where we're locked in and we have no one to talk to. And for certain people, they're lucky enough to be locked in with that person, but you know, for the whole year, right? But I'm not as fortunate as those people. It's yeah, with like bars and all the social events closed, it's just like, it's like, what do we do? Like, how do we do things?
I think
I definitely started up my online dating accounts up again for sure. So far, nothing coming out of it.
Well, I think with that in perspective, it's definitely a time for people to just kind of reevaluate things. There's a lot of things we took for granted, especially for the idea of dating and such, especially. So, yeah, I think it's hitting people really hard, and it's just to the point where there are a lot of things in this world that we took for granted, especially with this lockdown. And actually, like, going out for a comfortable date where you didn't have to worry about anything was one of them. Where things were just a bit more loose, more fun because it was more free, and a lot of other nice stuff happening without us having to worry about, hey, don't breathe on that, or, like, did you just cough in my shake or something?
Do you watch movies and like start to think about like the situations that are like in certain movies where they're like so close together? It's like, oh man, he's gonna get sick from that. Like, no. Like I reevaluate everything is from like watching movies and how people interact with each other, handshakes.
Like, so you're saying applying current rules to old movies?
Old movies, certain things that I did in the past and stuff like that.
Oh, then all my horror movies would ghosts they would all be wearing masks. Yeah. It's like, nah, man, I don't fuck with ghosts that like don't wear masks. Yeah. Okay, and then the ghosts are outside protesting. Just like, fuck this shit.
It's like definitely is just like crap. Yeah, and then there's like emphasis on virtual dates, which I can't convince myself to do. It's just like I just it feels weird. I mean, now like I'm comfortable with doing online video conferencing with like with other people and stuff like that, but it's just weird when you're interacting with people like strangers on a webcam.
And then when you look in Cola's contact list, it's only Walker. Yeah, I'm comfortable with video conferences now, with the one person I talk to.
I mean, have you done any other video conferences with other people?
Yeah. We've done group ones too, where my wife is also does one with her cousins, where they all. I think it's like kind of weird. One of the weirdest things is when they all just watch a movie together, and then you just see just a whole gallery shot of all their still faces staring off the camera.
Are they still doing that?
I think they stopped after a while because they themselves figured out it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, it might be because
some people dominate
they like
the conversation more than others.
You know. So it's definitely like that with my wife's family. They're so involved with each other that it's just like, you know, hey, yeah, it's good to have someone to sit there and talk to, and it's like other people are like, just shut up and watch the movie. I'm kind of like the in between of that because there's certain things.
Seriously.
If I find the movie
Are you the
boring,
person who likes to
then I'm probably gonna talk over.
be on your phone while you're watching the movie as well?
I'm probably gonna talk over it. Yeah. Nah, nothing like that. I'd sooner fall asleep before I just hop on my phone for a movie.
Is that the movie
it's like,
that you fall asleep to?
Let's go watch a Good Will Hunting. I always needed a nap. No, I fell asleep to Sherlock Holmes, and the worst part about that, to Sherlock Holmes too. Worst part about that is I'm the one that vouched for this movie and how great it was. And I was like the only one that fell asleep. As soon as the 20th Century Fox came on, I passed out, and then I woke up at the very end of the movie when they solved the mystery. Yeah. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I kind of miss going to the movies as well. Shoot, I kind of regret that. I miss like fucking movie theater popcorn. I love movie theater popcorn.
I don't know.
But they're not serving popcorn.
We actually have a drive-in movie theater. I think they do. I think they bring it to your car, kind of like a Sonic. They have just the
have you done a drive-through movie yet?
Pull-up diners or whatever. You just park in your spot and they just bring you the food. No, I always wanted to
try it out.
When I had a convertible, I wanted to.
They're probably like showing some old movies, but yeah. Oh.
No, they were like showing Guardians of the Galaxy, like a couple years ago. So I was like, okay, well they're not terribly old, but it's just they're showing movies in at least in the same decade.
So I got all my apps ready to go, and it's been terrible. The thing is, like, I set my, it's terrible since I mean.
How is your experience?
Like, I don't have
stuff?
A lot of people. The thing about online dating, it's very. People will let you know that they don't like you.
Says who? Like, or what? Okay, so now I need you to elaborate on this. Like,
so people will let you know. So the thing is, like, okay, let's say I use one. It's like I'll read the whole profile and I'll send them a message. I took my time, right? Took my time with it, right? Took my time reading the profile, thinking about a question that might trigger a conversation, right? So I would send a message, and then the next day, that message would be gone. What that means is they've actually unmatched me on the website. Why you look confused?
I feel like there's a lot of questions there.
Like what?
Huh? Well, first off, it's just what. There's a lot of questions there just because.
The thing is, you can send a message, right? They can look at it and then they can just ignore it, or they can just say, hey, you know what? Yeah, forget this guy, and then just unmatch, and then they'll just disappear off the list. It happens so many times.
Yeah, well, I'm not doubting that it does, but it's just not exactly telling you that like they don't like you. It's just
yes, it does.
It's just I feel like it's more like, sorry, I'm not interested.
What that means, they don't like you.
It just sounds like a lot more negative to say it like they don't like you. Like, it's just like you're just It just sounds like the phrase it's being phrased as if you're a worse person than you are, and they're perceiving that, but it's just they don't know
Okay.
you, so it's like, okay, I'm not interested. Sorry.
Um, have you ever been in a situation where someone asked you out and you just flat out said no to them? It's like in person.
You know,
It's-
the thing is, it's just I don't get a lot of attention, so I don't get a lot of like open attention like that, or I'm
Mhm.
very very terrible at picking it up.
Mhm.
It could be also be that, because people do there are plenty of people that do tell me that they're very comfortable with me, but also there's people who just have the complete adverse reaction of just like, I don't like your face, like kind of thing. So it's just like, okay, well, hey, it's all you, man. Like, just have a nice day. But
Yeah.
it's just, but this is on a complete stranger level. Like if I just met a coworker, there's just certain people that just don't like you just because of some external reason that's just out of your power. So, I mean in that kind of context. But in terms of the dating thing, it's just like, okay, well, you can just say no, and
You're very civil about it. I'm just
huh?
maybe I'm a little bit more negative about it as I forget it.
No, I mean, I feel like it's just how the situation's kind of handled too. I feel just because it's just like I probably did get like those kinds of reactions that it's just like, yeah, like, sorry, you're definitely not my type because of A, B, and C, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, that's fine, and just you can also tell them that you're not interested too. I feel like there's also some people that just do that for the sake of ego too, so.
Oh, just saying like, oh no, I don't want to go on this.
I've just read some really really funny /
Uh-oh.
weird reactions from that, where it's
Uh-oh.
just like there is like there's a situation where two people got matched, and the girl told the guy that she wasn't interested, and then the guy said, okay, cool, you know, that's totally fine because I wasn't interested either. And the girl got super offended and just started going off on the guy, and I was like,
Oh.
wow. And like, you know, it was civil up
Oh.
until the point where it's just like, you know,
I think the response and stuff, like when it's like reverse, then it's like, oh, it's like the other person's a lot more offended, and the other one's like, phew.
yeah. But it's the woman was also phrasing it as if like, well, you know, I'm so much above you that I shouldn't have
Oh.
been matched with someone of your looks or your stature, and it's just like, okay, well, that's fine.
That does
Like,
happen a lot.
you know, it's just I don't. I mean, I'm married, but I'm out of touch with the current dating style. I just feel like there's always a specific dance that's always happening, where it's like, you know, like there has to be some level of connectivity here and there, and then you know, you guys go about the motions about, like, you know, awkwardly muddling through a lot of the feelings and emotions, and then once you get to that point, you're it's pretty solid from there. I think just being genuine is also just being awkward about it.
Yeah, I mean, being genuine on any dating website, it's very hard to do, and it's very hard to convey, and like unless you meet the person up front, you know, then yeah. But I mean, I think I'm a lot better conveying my thoughts and feelings in person than like doing a couple of chats and stuff like that. A lot of it is just all superficial. It's like online stuff.
Mm.
So that's where I lose out, you know.
Oh.
It's like all my photos are terrible. There's nothing, and I just blame and I just blame my photography skills for it.
Why blame your photography skills?
Sometimes I just use my own, and then sometimes I'll outsource it to all my friends who send me photos of myself. But yeah,
And this is part of your dating profile.
Of course. What I'm trying to do is convey like I'm not a serious person about things. I'm not I'm trying not to be a creeper. That's what I'm trying to convey, but it might just come off wrong.
I honestly feel like people who put more of their work on their dating profile than pictures of them are actually the creepers of dating profiles. Like, in all honesty, I'm just because it's just like, it's conveying the message of like, hey, here's what I could do for, like, for clout or for profit. It's like, okay, but what about you? Like, I feel like that's the thing. It's just like kind of creating that carrot and stick kind of thing. And the type of response I can get, it's just like, here's my observation analysis about it. It's just it's just conveying the idea that, okay, well, what can you offer in terms of a business, in terms of a transactional thing, like kind of like a business thing. So how do you make money rather compared to when you're on a dating when you're on a dating website? It's like, how does your personality stand above the rest in terms of being in a relationship? Because
I think, Walker, you've been knowing me for a very long time, and there are things that I can offer, and there are things I can't offer, right? And I completely live like a different lifestyle to compare. Okay, you're gonna laugh.
I mean, 18-inch penis, man. Like, it's just penis transplants can be achieved now.
And I hope you can relate. It's just like a lot of it is just like there's certain things that people want and stuff like that. And if you don't meet it, then forget it, right? Can we agree on that? Nope.
I watched 90 Day Fiancé not too long ago. It completely contradicts that, but that's because it's like that's a totally different situation, a totally different circumstance.
Of course. So like with 90 Day Fiancé, you have these.
It's just hilarious.
It's always it's people from the Midwest or from the South, and they get exposed to like other cultures, and they're like romanticizing it and stuff like that. And then like other stories, like we got like men from America trying to take advantage of like poor girls in like Southeast Asia and Asia. So it's just like it's that dynamic.
If there's anyone who's clueless about what we're talking about, it's one of the characters involves.
You should be watching it.
Yeah, one of the characters involves mayonnaise.
Yep.
So I mean, like, you can figure it out from there, or go research it yourself. It's definitely a vice that everyone has, just to watch some form of trash TV. I've not known a single person who has not watched and become enthralled by one particular story of trash TV.
Oh, I've been watching it for years. It was my guilty pleasure. I didn't want to tell anybody I watched the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a guilty pleasure, I think. Just be careful not to structure your ideas of a relationship from that show.
Of course. You take notes and you don't make the same mistakes. Date within your age range, which is like mine's just like 5 years up and 5 years down.
Yeah, but I mean, how well have you held on to your New Year's resolutions?
They're not. I wouldn't say it's like it's just reading. It's just the basic ones I can do. It's like reading, starting a business, making this amount of money. But that's very hard to do with coronavirus like sidelining a lot of things that you want to achieve in the new year.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
but I mean,
Definitely.
I'm trying not to make that an excuse, but it's very hard when certain things and certain tasks are like you just can't do, But it's definitely giving me like all this hope, so much time to think about business opportunities, connecting connecting with people you haven't talked to for a while, and stuff like that, and just having all this time to just think, which I think is a positive thing during coronavirus.
If we did not have coronavirus, how would you have gone about your
Achieving my
your
goals?
your dating resolution?
I would think about it now. I was like, I mean, before that, I was like, I was keeping myself busy doing activities that I wouldn't do, in my regular life. I mean, definitely stepping out my comfort zone, which I've been doing for a while, and
Stuff in your comfort zone or outside?
outside my comfort zone. So, doing stuff out of my comfort zone, I've been doing that for a while, and like, it's it can be a lot of fun, and it can be stressful at the same time. Like traveling, I've done that a lot. Like agreeing to do things like I never ever would want to do. And it's just that's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What have you been doing different then?
during the coronavirus,
Yeah, during the pandemic.
going back on the
What?
dating website, which I think is the worst, but when you don't have those interactions with people, with strangers and stuff like that, you just kind of gravitate towards doing these services that are out there, and then you just you put yourself out there and you're exposing yourself. But I think it's a worthwhile experience to do.
I think one of the things that's also helped me too, a little bit, is I have friends internationally. So I like, if I'm ever bored, I can talk to people in different time zones. So that's definitely a nice little benefit, because then I just have friends that can offer either good advice or just different services. One person I met in Vietnam, where we're trying to exchange like language lessons together. So I don't know. It seems like it'd be a good trade. She's getting into teaching English, so she's asking for advice. And it's a little difficult from a person who doesn't read. But yeah, I mean, there's different avenues for different outlets. You just gotta. It's available. Let's just say that it's available. You just gotta look. But is there anything you learned during the pandemic, or in the process of trying to achieve your commitments?
You just have to. I think one thing is like, I think everyone now is vulnerable, and like, I've definitely, like, I'm not afraid to tell people my situation now. It's just because you never know. You never know who dealt with certain things and stuff like that. So just just make sure you like talk to people about your topics and feelings about things. And coronavirus has done that and stuff like that. And then I think friendships and things are like being built right now that it's probably gonna last forever, because we're all dealing with this at the same time.
Yeah, divorces are happening more too.
Of course, because you're
I gotta look at you every day.
You're seeing each other every day. There's it's 24 hours and stuff like that. So
The best response is like, "Oh, you look different in the light."
Like that's very hard for people. So I don't know. It's like the same thing. I mean, if we look at like how China dealt with it and stuff, like the aftermath of it, it's like we're experiencing the same thing. High divorce rates. I think. Yeah.
I mean, I think realistically, I don't think there's really that many people in the world, if any, that marry the right person anyways. It's just how you really just deal with the situation. And how you guys learn to work together and compromise and just build a foundation on top of that, and just build that trust for yourselves. And it's weird how much less I'm seeing that in more current relationships.
Of course, it's like everyone's distracted.
Everyone's distracted, and like there's too much emphasis on public image and social media. It's just like, I think you guys are kind of forgetting each other. You know, you guys are kind of forgetting like the idea that you're there together, you're on a journey together.
Yeah, and the idea, and the other thing is like people have options.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like,
and I think that just gives more of an incentive to just be like, okay, yeah, I guess I can just jump ship if things don't work out.
Yeah.
Yes, you can, but you know, for the sanctity of a strong foundation to any of your good relationships, I mean, you really need to take a good hard look at yourself first. Take a good hard look at yourself and like the entire situation, and determine whether or not if it's bad for you, or you're really backing out because of the idea that you just like this person's not giving you what you want, giving you like something really just, let's say like materialistic or something. Then it's just, okay, well then, you know, is it really worth breaking up with someone? It's completely up to you. But either way, you can make each other very unhappy.
With that, we